Okay, that was a quick turnaround, but I got the new stream up on time. Those of you who are with us on the slow tempo set, hope you're back, refreshing those pages, getting ready to play in some mid-tempos. So I'll double check the live streams and we'll get started on the mid-tempo set. Letting all these things refresh. It's great to be back here doing the Playalong Jam. It's been a while. I've been out and about over the summer, as I do. Okay, there we go. We're live on Facebook. Let's double check the YouTube. Make sure I'm live there. So we're going to start with Gonna Settle Down. A good old number from Lester and Earl. Lester and Earl. Double checking the YouTube. Get myself tuned up. Multitasking as I do. All right. I'm staying here at the place of the little guest apartment at my friends Megan and Taylor. Thank you both for letting me do the jam here. I've stayed here often in this past year or so. They've been very good friends, very hospitable, and they just upgraded their internet to the speed that I can run this from their place. So I don't have to go over to Carmel's. Carmel has been my hero, letting me host the jam from her place in Denver so often, so many times through these last couple of years, and nice to be just at the place I'm staying for the time being. But like I sort of teased and mentioned on the last set, I'm getting close to actually living in a home, getting close to being an actual homeowner, so I'll keep you posted on that. I don't want to jinx it. So let's get going here on Gonna Settle Down. Sandy, you're right on top of the list there on the mid-tempo. All right. Make sure y'all who are tuned in, whether you're picking along or whether you're just listening, a lot of folks just tune in to listen to me play and sing, and that's fun. But anyone who's tuned in here, please leave a comment at some point. Let us know how you're doing, where you are, what's happening. Our little online community, which has grown and spread, and people come and go, but I like to be here when I can. All right. Back to my darling. Good tempo. This one goes. 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1, 1 and a 5 and a 1. Chorus. 4, 4 and 1, 1 and 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1, 1 and a 5 and a 1. That's how I might kick it off. You have a little bit of license to get bluesy on this one. You know, you have license to get bluesy whenever you really want to, but this song just has a bluesy kind of inflection to the melody and to the vocal, and you can get bluesy on your kickoff if you would like. And you're gonna kick us off on Gonna Settle Down in the key of G. Here we go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Alright. First verse. Tonight I'm all alone, no place to call my home. I don't have no one to love me anymore. I'm gonna pack up my grip and take a long, long trip back to the one that I love so. I long to go back to my darling, back to the one I love so well. I know she'll be my wife and we'll settle down for life, for she's the one that means the world to me. I got can't forget the day I left and went away. You told me I'd be sorry some old day. I found this to be true, so I'm headed back to you. Sweetheart, I'm tired and I wanna settle down. I long to go back to my darling, back to the one I love so well. I know she'll be my wife and we'll settle down for life, for she's the one that means the world to me. Play. Get back to her, my rambling days are o'er. We'll build a little cottage on the hill. We'll think of days gone by, sweetheart, just you and I, and there we'll live so happy evermore. I long to go back to my darling, back to the one I love so well. I know she'll be my wife and we'll settle down for life, for she's the one that means the world to me. Woo! Alright. Cool. We are rolling at a mid-tempo here. Love that song. Eastbound Freight Train. I believe Colin Burns in the UK. Colin, I haven't seen you chime in yet. Maybe I missed it. Colin tends to stay up late with us in the UK, and I believe he brought this song to my attention years ago, and I've always loved it ever since. It's a Grandpa Jones number, Eastbound Freight Train. The only other, well, there's a couple other recordings I've heard. The Reno and Smiley, you know, their classic recording of it, and Jack Lawrence with Doc Watson and David Grisman on one of their live Doc and Dog albums. Jack would always do these, you know, Grandpa Jones songs in the Doc Watson set, and I always appreciated that. So I've heard a version that he did. And from him I got the idea to use the verse as what you pick over. The Reno and Smiley version, they use the chorus, which is shorter and has simpler changes. But I like playing over the verse, and I got that idea from Jack Lawrence, so thank you, Jack, for that. And that's how we're going to play it. So at least that's how we're going to kick it off. Maybe we'll trade. Let's do that. Let's kick it off on a verse, and then when we get to the breaks, we'll trade. So I'll play a verse first, and then you'll take the chorus. The next time around, you'll take a verse, and I'll take a chorus. That way we can play over both parts of the song. But let's just kick it off on a verse, but first let me show you how the song goes. Okay. In the key of G. 1 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and 1. 4 and a 4 and a 1. 2, 2 and a 5. 1 and a 5 and a 1. 4 and a 4 and a 3. So a little bit of a clarification on my terminology here. When I'm saying 2, I'm talking about an A7 chord, and this is just bluegrass shorthand for saying what in technical music theory terms you would call the 5 of the 5. Anyway, it's the 2 chord, but it's been turned into a dominant 7th chord, or a major chord. Because the 2 is usually a minor in the diatonic scale. That's how it lays out naturally. But we often turn that into a dominant 7th chord, or a major triad, so it gives you a pull to the 5 chord. So I just call it the 2 chord. If it's going to be a 2 minor, I'm going to specify that. If I'm saying numbers in bluegrass, it relates to major chords or dominant chords. So when I say 2, that means it's the 2 going to the 5, like that. And then there's a couple other secondary dominants in this song. The 3. Okay, so that's a B7 chord. It's a 7th chord or a major chord that's built on the 3rd note of the scale. What would diatonically be a B minor in the key of G? You know, like I see skies of blue. You know, right? The 1 to the 3 minor. But this is in bluegrass. The 3 means it's that dominant chord. Same when I say the 6. It's an E7. Because again, the 6 would naturally be an E minor in this key, but that ain't no part of nothing in this bluegrass style where we like to make these major chords or dominant 7th chords. 6, 2, 5, 1. Just like Salty Dog Blues. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. Just like Don't Let Your Deal Go Down. 6, 2, 5, 1. So if you're not familiar with these patterns, you will become so. But anyway, that's when I'm shouting like 2 chord, that's what I mean. Sometimes you'll hear me say 2 dominant. But if it's going to be the actual like diatonic 2 minor, I will say 2 minor, because that's way less common in bluegrass and country music. Okay, so here's how I would kick off the song on the verse. 1, 2, 3. I've played that a bit. I've kind of have a little thing worked out there, just from having played the song so much. Here we go. And then, like I said, you're going to kick it off on that verse, and then we're going to sing verse, chorus. Then I'm going to play a verse and then pass it to you for the chorus on the first round of breaks. Next round of breaks, you'll play a verse and pass it to me for the chorus. That would be a fun way to do it if you and I were sitting here playing the song together. Okay, kick us off on a verse. Eastbound freight train, key of G. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So lonesome for my hometown. Seems I've never been so far away. But I can see the freight train a-blowing. I'll be gone before the break of day. to quit my daily rambling. So tonight I'm gonna start my journey back, sitting on the top of an old boxcar, sailing down that silvery stream of track. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, take me home again. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, let me stay till the end. I'll play the verse. Now you play the chorus. Alright, we did it. Now I'll never stray far from my hometown, never more again to roam. But I know that I was born to wander, but now I'm gonna stick around my home. I can see the smoke of rolling out of that old smokestack, and I'm sitting on the top of an old boxcar, sailing down that silvery stream of track. Eastbound freight train, take me home again. Eastbound freight train, let me stay till the end. Now you play the verse. Eastbound freight train, take me home again. Eastbound freight train, let me stay till the end. Let me stay till the end. That was fun. Okay. I hope I didn't wear any of you out with my explanation of secondary dominant chords. That was a brief kind of tour of that. But since it's been a while and since we might have some first timers here, I just wanted to clarify. And I will do that every now and then. But I like to keep the music going, as you know. So here we go. Make sure you leave a comment in the chat on the comments there so I can check in with you here after a couple songs. And we're going to play Big Sciota, or Big Sciota, or Big Sciota, or however it is pronounced by the locals of that area in Ohio where that river exists. Key of G. 1, a 5, a 1, and a 1, and a 5, 1, 1, and a 4. 5. 2 A's, 2 B's, standard little 16-bar fiddle tune. And here we go. I'm going to kick it off and we'll go 3 times through, okay? Me, you, me, you, me, you, and then just an end. With no tag. Okay, here we go. 3 times through on big Sciota, and I will kick it off. Fun. That tune is so fun for me. I don't know. It never gets old. Okay, let's see. We got Where the Ocotillo Grows. Hey! So I was inspired to bring this song into the mix because I just released a video of this yesterday, or the day before yesterday, of Joy Louise and I doing the song together. She and I were both at IBMA, International Bluegrass Music Association Conference in Chattanooga, about a month ago. A fella there named Jared Fink, who's set up in the exhibit hall to do videos of people. And I did some with Bonnie, my friend Bonnie from India, last year. And this year, Joy was there, and I said, hey, we'll get some good videos to help promote our shows coming up, because we have some shows next month in California, in Southern California. And those are all listed on my website. So I thought, hey, what a great opportunity to promote this song and also promote that video. So it's on my YouTube channel. Check it out. It's a good performance that we did together. And this is a very simple song. It's from my latest album. I've started calling it my latest album, not my new album anymore. But it's only 7 months old. So I guess you could say it's still a new album. Flatpicker. And this is the final track on that song, and it's I call it a cowboy-style lament of lost love, made a little more flowery by using all the Mojave Desert wildflower names that I could come up with. So it's in the key of D, and it goes 1 and a 5 and a 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. Fun song for singing harmony on. It's a duet or a trio, however you slice it, whatever resources you have. And let's see where we're at with the tempo. I'm going to back it down just a tiny bit. This one's a little bit on the slow mid-tempo side of things. All right, so the melody is that. Da 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 da. So my kickoff is based on that, and it goes like this: 1, 2, 3. So that's just my sort of cross-picking version of that melody. You could do something real simple. Just playing the melody is totally fine too. And so here's how we'll do it. You'll kick it off on that verse, just like I demonstrated there. And then I'll sing a verse chorus, and then I'll play that part, the verse, and then I'll pass it to you for the chorus, to play over the 4-1-5-1 of the chorus, okay? And then another verse chorus, and then we'll do the opposite. You'll play a verse, and then I'll play the chorus, and then another verse chorus out with a tag. Out where the Ocotillo grows, key of D, you're gonna kick it off. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. As the bluebells and sweet yerba Santa bloomed, our song of love was drunk on their perfume. But promises that shine in springtime's glow, in the scorching summer fade and sing no more. Meet me out where the Ocotillo grows, and the willow knows the secrets you once told. When the primrose and the dandelion flower, you've gone away too soon. Do you remember, dear, the song we wrote that day? How the bloom of our young love would never fade. That melody once bright is now forlorn, like a cactus blossom buried in the thorns. Meet me out where the Ocotillo grows, and the willow knows the secrets you once told. When the primrose and the dandelions bloom, you are my desert flower, you've gone away too soon. Play. Do the poppies swing and sway up where you are? Are the streets paved with paintbrush and blazing stars? I'll wait right here till the sand verbena blooms for my desert flower who's gone away too soon. Meet me out where the Ocotillo grows, and the willow knows the secrets you once told. When the primrose and the dandelions bloom, you are my desert flower, you've gone away too soon. You are my desert flower, you've gone away too soon. Cool. Oh, thanks for playing that original song with me. How's everybody doing out there? It is crickets on Facebook town. All right. Let's have a look over on YouTube, see if anyone's out there. So yeah, a bunch of fun things have been announced these last couple weeks, including another trip to Baja for Picking on the Dead, January 9 and 10. We're going to be down at Baja Joe's in La Ventana, Baja California Sur. That was announced and put on sale today. And I got these shows next month with Joy Louise. That's following our involvement at the South State 48 event in Carlsbad, California, November 8th through, November 6th through 9th. November 6th through the 9th, that's South State 48. And the following weekend, November 14th through 16th, Joy and I will be doing some duet shows in Southern California. Those are all listed on my website. Whole lot of other things coming up that I will keep you posted about. And let's see here on YouTube. We got some folks. Hello, Sandy. Sandy DeVera up in Bakersfield. We have Chris S. Hello, Chris. Hello, Helperman Tube. I can see your names, but I can't see your comments. This is my YouTube is freaking out for some reason. Bluegrass Lover 33. Hello, John Keegan. Hello. Emmett Griffin, hello. Ryan M, hello. Thank you all for being here. That's all I got. I don't have any. I cannot see what you're writing for some reason. So apologies there. I'll get that remedied by next week when I'll be back on Monday. And it's so funny, YouTube's being really weird. Even if I refresh it, I have to I have to close the page and reopen it. So I'll try one more time. But anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna be in range for a while, and I'll be doing this as regular as I can, starting with next week. Next week will be Monday, and then we'll take it kind of week by week after that, depending on the schedule and everything I got going on. Okay, I'm reopening YouTube. We got Sandy, we got Emmett Griffin, Sage Helperman, Dan Weg, Ryan M. That's all I see. So I know you guys are seeing each other's comments. Please chat amongst yourselves, and I will do my best to be able to check in with you a little better next week. I have this YouTube Easy downloader thing that might be glitching it out. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to remove that extension from my YouTube. But anyhow, okay. Let us move right along here. Hey, maybe you will change your mind. Okay, I'm going to pull up my lyric sheet just in case. I think I've got this down. But just in case I miss a lyric, there we go. This is a great song by Reno and Smiley, and many have covered it. It's a duet throughout, or a trio. I just love this song. And we're going to do it in the key of A. And let me see a tempo. We're in mid-tempo set. That's appropriate for this song. 1 and 7 and 4 and 4, 5 and 5 and 1. 1 and 7, 4 and 4, 5 and 5 and 1. That's the verse, okay? And then the chorus is 5, 5, 1 and 1, 2 and a 2, 5 and a 5, and 1 and 7 and 4 and 4, 5 and 5 and 1. The original Reno and Smiley version, I will note, doesn't go to the 7. They just sing those notes which sound like a 7 chord. The lead part and the harmony part together go. But they hold a 1 chord over that. Da, 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 which is really cool. That's, it's a little more of a traditional way, I guess you could say, of doing it. But every subsequent version I've heard, every cover of it goes to that 7 chord. So that's just kind of become standard. And I sort of like it. So that's an acknowledged deviation from the source, from the songwriters. So if ever I am going to deviate something, I'll always check out the original first and then make a decision based on that. And that's how I would also encourage you to operate in your music. Because there's something about being rooted, something about being connected to the source that is valuable. And you don't want to just skip ahead to the Tony Rice version and not check out the one he learned it from. Because there's links in the knowledge, there's links in the purity and the true essence of the song that might get changed along the way. And then you might say, okay, cool, I've heard the original and I prefer Tony Rice's arrangement, so I'm going to do that. Great. But just make sure you always check out the original, because oftentimes I'll go back and be like, I wonder why he changed that. Did he miss that, or she or whoever covered it? Okay, that's their style of it. I'm going to go back to the original and kind of do my own thing with it. Anyhow, in this case, I'm doing the version that I basically learned from the Seldom Seen. Except I'm not going to modulate. They do a key change. You know, a lot of versions of this do a key change, but we're just going to stay in A the whole time, and we're going to play Maybe You Will Change Your Mind, and you're going to kick it off in the key of A. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Verse again. Here we go. First verse. The time has come to say goodbye. I hate to part this way. Our parting ways have met again. This is goodbye today. Maybe you will change your mind, and if you do, someday you'll find that you were wrong and I was right about the tie that binds. Cool. I just wanted to sing it one more time. I'm kind of just getting my voice in a good spot here. So thanks for bearing with me and doing that first verse again. All right, three more songs here in the mid-tempo set before we get to the fast jam. Starting with Done Gone. This is an instrumental, an old fiddle tune. Fiddlin' Eck Roberts, maybe? Who recorded this? Old tune, but there are early recordings from the 20s that most of us have sort of based this on. And then guitar players tend to go to Norman Blake. Casey Dreesen has a really cool recording of this from one of his albums. And it's wild. It's just him and a drummer just going off on the tune. Anyway, key of B flat, it has 3 parts. So I'll go ahead and get the click on. It's a good tempo. So it goes like this. B flat. What does it do? It's just a 1 chord. 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 5, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 5, 6 and a 7. 6. Sorry, it's a 6 and a 5. 5, 6, 6 and 5, 1. The third part goes to E minor. All right, so I need to explain a little bit because this is confusing with the capo on for some of us. So the A and the B part are in the key of a B flat major. So again, the A part is all just 1 and 5. The B part goes to a 6 minor, to a 5, 6 minor, to a 5, 1, 6 minor. So I feel like we're still in the key of B flat here. But then the third part, we actually modulate to the key of the minor, in my opinion, because it goes like this. So let's say now we're in G minor, which is the relative minor, and it goes minor, G minor, G minor, C minor, D7. So we've actually modulated to the key of the minor here because there's a 5 chord. So this would be in the key of G minor, a 1 minor, 1 minor, 1, 4 minor, 5, 1 minor, 1 minor, 1 minor, 4 minor, 5 minor, 1. In other words, G minor, C minor, D7, G minor. So that's the C part. It actually modulates to the minor there. And it does that twice, and then you're right back in. Okay? So let me just let's just play it. You'll get it. You can go back and play it again afterward. Go back and find this, mark this spot in the recording, and come back to it if you want to learn it. But anyway, sometimes you just gotta get it, figure it out however you want to figure it out, and it doesn't help if I explain it. Now here we go. Done Gone in the key of B flat. I'll kick it off and let's go 3 times through. It's a long form. It's A, B, and C. So this will be a little longer than typical, but we'll go 3 times. Me, you, me, you, me, you. And then we'll tag it on a 1 chord, on a B flat chord. Okay? So you're gonna come out of this. You come out of the minor bit and then go back to the 1, the B flat major, and tag it on that chord. Okay? Here we go. Done Gone in the key of B flat. I'm gonna kick it off. wasn't meant to be like in your comfort zone. It wasn't really meant to be in mine either. It's just a cool old tune that I feel like most of us should know. And I'm also working on ways to deviate from the melody, to make variations on it, because it's sort of a relatively new tune for me. And I find myself being locked into the straight melody, like an old time tune, which is great. And that's a safe way to go, to just play the straight melody. Not that it's easy, but it's safe. And I was trying to deviate from it on my second and third times through, and I was not really landing any of that stuff. So maybe this is one that you don't need to deviate much from. But anyway, done gone. I enjoy that tune and wanted to just keep working on it with you. Okay, Love of the Mountains. This is straight ahead jam favorite. And here we go. This is about a good tempo. I might just crank it a couple ticks quicker. Get ourselves ready for the fast jam, which is going to be coming up at 1/4 the next hour. So this song is in B flat, Love of the Mountains. 1 and 4 and 1, 5 and a 4 and 1, 1 and a 4 and 1, 5 and a 4 and a 1. Something like that. Okay, here we go. Kick us off on Love of the Mountains, key of B flat. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Two trees on the hillside of the mountain, always reaching up toward the sky, remind me of my mama and my papa, who lived there 80 years before they died. Now a bright moon shining in the valley, that old wagon leans against a stack of hay. Two graves on the hillside by the cabin, my mom and dad are resting there today. The burning of the greenwood on the fireplace, the falling snow around the redbud tree, the branches of the laurel by the creek bed, and the rippling waters of the gentle stream. Now a bright moon shining in the valley, an old wagon leans against the stack of hay. Two graves on the hillside by the cabin, my mom and dad are resting there today. Right. Papa used to talk about the young days when he and Mama first settled there. He talked about the love of the mountains that he and Mom first shared together there. Now a bright moon shining in the valley, an old wagon leans against the stack of hay. Two graves on the hillside by a cabin, my mom and dad are resting there today. Okay. It's just, I'm trying not to slouch. This is the time of the night when things get a little slouchy. But we got one more song here in the slow set. Sorry, the mid-tempo set. And then we're going to move on to the fast jam with a little bit of a break to warm up to that fast tempo. So this is Katy Daly. This is one come from Stanley Brothers, as far as I know. I'm just going to stay here. We're in C, where I would normally be, you know, play a C position or a G position capo 5. But I like A position, and since I'm here and I'm in tune, I'm just going to hang out right here, capo 3. So here it is. 1 and 1 and a 1. 1 and 1 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 1. That's the whole thing. Very simple melody. Crank up the tempo a little bit to get ready for the fast jam. And let's see, if I'm going to kick it off, how would I do this? Twice through. Let's go twice through because it's such a short form. Okay, so just like that. And here you go. Kick us off in the key of C on Katy Daly. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. With her old man she came from Tipperary in the pioneering days of 42. Her old man was shot in Tombstone City for the making of his good old Mountain Dew. Come on down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come on down the mountain, Katy Dew. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We wanna drink your good old Mountain Dew. I got it. Wake up and pay attention, Katy Daly. I am the judge that's gonna sentence you. All the boys in court have drunk your whiskey. Tell the truth, I drank a little too. Come on down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come on down the mountain, Katy Dew. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We wanna drink your good old Mountain Dew. Play. to the jail he took poor Katy Daly. Pretty soon the gates were open wide. Angels came and took poor Katy Daly, took her far across the great divide. Come on down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come on down the mountain, Katy do. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We want to drink your good old Mountain Dew. Come on down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come on down the mountain, Katy do. Can't you hear us calling, Katy Daly? We want to drink your good old Mountain Dew. Okay, that was a jammer. All right, folks, appreciate the donations, appreciate you being here. As always, I'm going to come back in 20 minutes and start the fast jam. So that'll be on a new thread. Just come back to either the YouTube or the Facebook and refresh it, and you'll see that at 1/4 past the hour, and I'll see you there.